Hosea 8 and 12. Hosea 8 and 12. Again, we want things to be better for us as a people. So why is it that we would not apply, thou shalt not kill? Why is it that we would not apply, thou shalt not steal? Why wouldn't we apply these things to our life? Think about it. Think about the benefit that this would have for us as a people. But read that.
Hosea chapter 8 and verse 12. I have written to him the great things of my law.
So God said there are great things within his law. Things that are going to get us back to where we fell from. We walk around talking about kings and queens and all this royalty and all this prestige as a people. But look at us today. And why is it that we got to go so far back to remember who we were and what we fell from? How about we reclaim that? How about we look to the past and see where it is that we went wrong and go back to that way?
That's right.
We should probably do that. Read that one more time.
Verse 12. I have written to him the great things of my law.
Come on.
But they were counted as a strange thing.
But we counted God's laws as a strange thing. That's why when we tell our sisters, women are not to wear pants, women are not to wear immodest apparel, clothing that attracts sexual attention. We tell our sisters, you cannot marry to other nations.
Right.
We tell our sisters, you must be a keeper at home, teaching the children good things. We tell them that there's an order in the Bible that goes God, Christ, man, then woman, then children. We tell our sisters, you cannot blonde your hair. That is a leprosy according to the Bible. Christ hates blonde hair. Jesus Christ hates blonde hair. Jesus Christ hates to see our sisters in pants.
That's right.
Jesus Christ hates to see our women in front of the man talking about, yeah, I'll wear the pants in the house. Christ hates these things. But we don't know. And we don't understand that we're abominable in the eyesight of God when we do those things. So how are we going to get right with Christ? If you say, my sister walking in, do you love Christ? Sister coming out, do you love Jesus?
Yeah.
How do you love Jesus, sis? Bring your children over here. It's not hot over here. It's shade over here. Come over here right quick. Just come over. 5 minutes. Come listen. We're going to show you how you love Christ. All right? John 14, 15. Go ahead. John 14, 15. How do you love Jesus Christ? Because that's the question we pose to our people. How do you love Christ? Because everybody say they got a personal relationship with Jesus, right? So show us how you have that relationship. In any relationship, you know enough about the significant other, do you not? You will be able to tell things about that significant other. So tell us about Christ. Tell us how you love him. Check this out, sis. Let me ask you this. How do you love Jesus? And what you see, you Pentecostal?
Yeah.
Okay. What church do you go?
New Bethel on 745 Walker.
Right. What's your name, sis? Peggy. Okay. Miss Peggy. I like it. Miss Peggy. In Pentecostal church, how did they teach you how you should go about loving Christ?
Love Christ like you love people like you love Christ.
Okay. Can we get, so you say you love people as you love Christ.
Yes.
So now, can we get a little more specific? Like how do you love Christ?
By the things I do.
By the things you do. All right, read this. Let's clear it up.
John chapter 14 and verse 15. If ye love me, keep my commandments.
So Christ said, this is how you show me love. If you love me, keep my commandments. Now, what commandments is he referencing?
Thank you, though. The 10 Commandments.
The 10 Commandments. Okay. All right. So, name me, Miss Peggy, name me some of the 10 Commandments. From Pentecostal church.
Thou shalt love thyself. You shall love others like you love yourself.
Okay.
And thou shalt not steal, kill.
There you go. All praises. So, do you think we as a black community, do we apply that to the black community? Thou shalt not steal or kill?
They don't.
They don't, right? So, but everybody will say they love Christ. Right. Christ said, read that one more time.
Right.
Verse 15. If ye love me, keep my commandments.
So now that we got you here, we want to show you what are the commandments that Christ requires. Because first of all, he wants you to know who the Israelites are and what they must do for redemption, all right? So, the Israelites, you remember them, right? Moses, what did he do for the Israelites in Egypt? Israelites came to America and went under the same oppression, all right? This is who the Israelites are today. The Israelites are the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Give me Deuteronomy 22 and 5. I want to leave you with this, Miss Becky. Deuteronomy 22 and 5.
Okay,
Get that right.
I gotta get out of here.
I understand.
I'm sorry.
Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth to a man.
Keep reading.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
So what's a woman's garment that you see men wearing today? Like Martin did it, Mike Tyson did it in a scary movie. They portray the opposite sex. But when they do that, what do they wear? What clothing do they put on?
They put on dresses.
They put on
heels.
dresses. Heels, exactly.
Right.
So now, if God said a man should not wear what pertains to a woman,
Then a woman should not
shouldn't be wearing, a woman should not be wearing.
Pants like a
shouldn't be
man,
wearing pants
sagging
like-
they right.
Exactly. So now, that's
Yep.
something that our sisters, if they love Christ, they have to do that. All right, sis? So Miss Peggy, and Christ said, if you love me, keep my commandments. One of the commandments being, don't wear pants.
Right.
Put on a dress, put on
Right.
modest apparel. All right, Miss
And I
Peggy?
do. When I'm not
All
at
right.
work, I do.
All right, Miss Peggy. Now, there's more that you need to know. All right, repeat
gotta
that
go.
file. All right, check that out.
Okay, I get
All right,
ready
Miss
to
Peggy.
go.
It's good talking to you. My sister right here. Come here, come here, come here. It's good information. Come here. It's shade over here. It ain't no reason for you not to come converse with your brothers. Come talk to your people. Again, we out here to show our people what we must do for salvation. We must know what it is that we have to do because our people are dying at alarming rates in the street. You have Malcolm Johnson. You just had the brother on 18th and Quindaro get shot. These things are happening to our people, so how do we change it? Where's the person that has the solutions?
I got one.
Who has the solutions for our community? Who knows what it is that we should do? My brother, what should we do for the Latin community so that we don't get deported into deportation camps and get our families separated? What should we do? How do we clean? How do we make this better? What you think, man? What you think? We need leaders to step up with solutions. Come talk to me. Come talk to me. Come down here. Come down. Yes, unite. Come here. Come talk to me, Caesar. Caesar, you said we got to unite?
Yeah.
All right, you so-called Hispanic?
Yes.
Mexican Americano?
Yeah.
All right, so what we're trying to show our people in the Bible is that we are the Israelites first and foremost, all right?
Yeah.
The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are one people. Come stand right here for me. I want you to look at all this. I need you to look at everything here. We're going to try to go through this with you, all right? So Caesar, what we're showing our people is that we came to this side of the world, and when the conquistadors came in 1492, they took your nationality, your heritage. Y'all were not called Mexicans. You see what I'm saying? Y'all were not called Hispanic. Those are slave titles that were put on you when the people conquered you. You see what I'm saying? So what were you called before that? Let's get Deuteronomy 28, verse 15.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy
So
God,
the Israelites, God's people, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, were told they had to listen to God's voice. What did God's voice say? Let's keep reading.
to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day.
Laws, commandments, and statutes. That was the stipulation. Like it's you starting to sign a contract, they'll have certain things in the guidelines, like, hey, you got to do this, this, and that before we make this agreement with you. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
God did the same thing. Leave your hat on. When the Bible's coming out, we're going to keep our hats on. All right, so we got our hats on. Keep reading.
That all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
God said curses will come on his people because we didn't listen. Now I'm going to bring this thing to life to you. You agree Christopher Columbus came in 1492? Yeah. Read verse 49.
Verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far.
So he said, I'm going to bring a nation from far. Spain, is Spain close to America? It's far, right? That's across the Atlantic Ocean. That takes months to get here. You see what I'm saying? The Lord said, I'm going to bring a nation from far. Come on.
From the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth.
And when the Spanish came, their symbol was an eagle. They had eagles on everything. We have images. We had that poster with the money on it. Yes, yes. The Lord, this is him leaving clues to figure out who his people are in the last days. You see what I'm saying? Read that part again about the eagle.
From the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth.
Look at this. This is the coin of the Spanish. Look at that right there. Yeah, that's an eagle. The Lord is leaving clues to find out who you are, Caesar. That you're an Israelite. You're not no slave. You're not esclavo. That's not you. You're the greatest people that God ever created. You see what I'm saying? But let's keep reading. Go ahead.
A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
Because y'all didn't greet Christopher Columbus and say, hola, hermano, ¿qué tal? That wasn't it. That wasn't what happened. He beat the people. This is how you learn Spanish. This is how you learn Dia de Muerto. This is how you learn Cinco de Mayo. This is how you learn Spanish. This is why you learn the things that you did. At the end of a whip, at the end of chains, at the end of our forefathers being beat. You see what I'm saying? Keep reading.
A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young.
So the young or the old, it didn't matter. These men were honorable men. Caciques is what they call them. They were kings. They were men that had civilization set up, you see what I'm saying? And they came and they didn't care. They didn't care about whether your prestige was, or you was an old man in the community telling them young men how to do right, how to live, how to farm, how to cultivate the land. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what was going on in most of Native America. That wasn't stupid people. That wasn't savages. Y'all wasn't walking around like this. This picture is a after effect of when they stripped everything from you. See what I'm saying? Y'all wasn't dressed like that. Y'all wasn't savages or nothing like that. Y'all were prestigious men. This is how y'all dressed. Y'all had gold in y'all clothing. Y'all had crowns and feathers with gold on them. You see what I'm saying? But they took all this from you and called you Mexican. And said, this is all you ever are. And if you want to come back to America, you're going to need a green card this time. And now you're the illegal alien. And they put trespassing signs up in their yard and say, you can't trespass. But they stole a whole nation from you. Right. How does that make sense? You're going to tell me I can't trespass, but you stole everything from me? You the original trespasser. You the original alien. You see what I'm saying? So that's what we're trying to show our people. So now, in terms of blacks and Hispanics, what do you think about us as a people? You think we're one people, or do you think we're different? Give me Zechariah 11:14. Think we one people? That's the first time we hear that. Because a lot of times, people will say, you know, yeah, brown pride, this, that, and the other. But it stops. There's a divide. You know what I'm saying? They have Mexican gangs, and they look at blacks, and they say, y'all, you niggas, no, we don't mess with y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's gang violence, it's this, and that. But what happened was, the so-called white man, when he did this, he broke our brotherhood as well. But we're going to read it first. Read that.
Zechariah chapter 11, verse 14.
Go ahead. Hey.
Then I cut asunder my other staff, even bands, that I might break the brotherhood between Judah and Israel.
So your people are called Israel. We were called Judah. But the thing is, it's a brotherhood here. Regardless, it was two nations at one time, Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom. But there was a brotherhood amongst us. But that brotherhood got broken when we decided to disobey God. When we decided to worship idols, when we decided to do our own thing, when we decided to look at our women as whores, as hoes, when we decided to have single parent households, you know what I'm saying? Worshiping this image, this is what God calls, this is why he said, I broke their bands asunder. Now,
we used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.